All right, let's get this thing started.
All right.
All right, we're on the last Taoist Chinese immortal dude.
We've gotten to the end. Is that cat down there?
And then we can finally move to another location. Anyway.
I'm liking these guys.
Yeah, there's something kind of contemporary about him, especially this next guy.
What do you mean?
Like, this next guy, it was like, you could make, like, a teenage coming-of-age story with this guy. Anyway, so, like, this is Xiang.
You're really struggling with that name.
Anyway, Han Zhang. Where is the cat?
He's in there.
Alright, now that the cat's done. Anyway, Han Zhang. Xiang.
Xiang?
I don't know.
And there's got to be like an inflection here that we're missing.
Xiang. I like Xiang. Feels right. But it probably isn't. Anyway, his story really kicks off when his father dies. His father is... Wikipedia says his dad's name was Han Hui. But I don't know. I can't corroborate that because Han Hui, if he's his Han Hui, he dies. So he's not important because he's raised by his uncle, Yu. Anyway.
Okay.
Zhang is
so
raised...
this is like I'm sorry. This is like a Luke scenario. Luke Skywalker.
Not at all. Anyway, he's raised... I guess.
Okay.
Well, yeah, he's raised by his uncle. Lol.
Yeah.
Fine. I haven't watched Star Wars. Anyway.
In a long time.
No, I literally haven't watched it.
Really?
Yes.
This is way more interesting than the Immortals.
Shut up.
Okay, alright, fine.
It was like, I have played Lego Star Wars.
That's right, we had the Lego Star Wars.
That's the only way I know the storyline at all.
And you couldn't have realized that was his uncle, because they don't talk in Lego Star Wars. Alright, we're getting way off topic.
Shut up. Anyway, he's raised by his uncle, and his uncle is like this muckety-muck philosopher dude.
Okay.
Uncle Yu. And as they do, he wants Xiang to join government and be like an important citizen person. And
this is familiar.
Yeah. This is the premise of a lot of things, isn't it? Anyway, Xiang, or Xiang, or whoever, he decides, no, I'm not really all that interested in government. I want to play my flute. and I'm more interested in what this Lu Dongbin is selling, which is one of the guys we heard of before. And
he's one of the other immortals.
He's a kind of head honcho, if there is a head honcho. Anyway,
he was the Zeus leader or whatever.
Yeah.
But not a dick Zeus.
Not even like Zeus.
Not like Zeus at all, actually. I don't know why I said that.
Anyway, no, that was the reference that we made. That was wrong.
Oh yeah, that's where I got that from.
Anyway, so he decides. So his uncle tries all sorts of things, including in one instance, I think he tries marrying off him to some chick, Lin Luying.
Mm-hmm.
Or well, at least
in hopes that she would steer him straight?
Yeah.
Into government?
I guess fix my nephew, he's a hippie. It doesn't work. And then he runs away.
How does that work?
So he decides he likes the way the Tao more than just like the philosophical, I think, like Confucian principles that his philosophical Confucian principles that his uncle was more into, and his uncle is like, you need to be a proper citizen, and he's like, I want to become enlightened in Tao, and so he leaves and he runs away, and he runs away to heaven.
You found the escalator, huh?
Yeah. He hangs out with Lu Dongbin, and he climbs a peach tree. And so he climbs a peach tree, which is like the peach tree of eternal life.
Hold on. He finds Lu Dongbin, and then he climbs. You sort of glossed over that.
I mean, I glossed over.
Is he just like readily accessible? He's just got like a house in heaven. He's hanging out on
Yes.
his porch, and he's
Yeah,
just like, hey.
that's how they roll. They're in
Okay.
heaven.
I guess.
I don't know. They're discussing the ways of Tao, which are probably more specific in the actual texts. I'm just doing a summary here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so he climbs the peach tree of eternal life, and before he gets to any peaches, he falls off. And he falls off heaven entirely. And luckily, at the very last minute before hitting the pavement, he achieves immortality. So that's how he does it. And they don't tell me how, because he didn't eat any peaches or anything. He just got like immortal whap.
So wait. So
I guess.
there's no mechanism for this at all, really. It doesn't have to make logical sense. It's just supposed to create tension?
I'm thinking that he was probably in the middle of studying like something Lu Dumpin said, and
this is
that
really
point,
summarized.
It's like that didn't mention specifics. He just climbs a tree,
After talking
falls
with Lu
out,
Dumpin,
and becomes enlightened.
he literally fell ass backwards into immortality.
Kinda, sorta. Alright, the bigger conflict is with him with his uncle. And he's like, oh wow, I studied the ways of Tao and with Lu here, and I understood it, and I became one of the immortals, and now I have magic powers, as you do when you are one of the immortals.
Of course.
And I play my flute, and I go through life, like, controlling the weather, kind of. Anyway.
Do all of them have, like, pretty much the same, like, magic? Is it just sort of a hand-wavy, like...
They don't seem to be exactly the same every time, all the time. If you're going to get more specific, you probably just have to read the original. But they do mention him doing stuff with weather and making flowers bloom. I think he's the cute one.
So he's like a...
He gets a love story. He actually has a lot more like short story things that I glossed over, and I'm like, I'm not telling all of these short stories. I'm going to tell the important one, which is with his uncle.
The video will be way long.
But he has a love story and it's kind of like a star-crossed lover situation. Anywho, snore. So he becomes enlightened, gets magic powers, and he meets up with his uncle later one day, and his uncle's like, so... You gonna become a respectable member of society yet? And his hand's like,
I'm a god now.
No. No, it's like your dad comes after you've made a boss music career, and he's like, there's a job down at the gas station.
When are you gonna get a real job?
Yeah. Anyway,
Dad, you saw me on TV last night.
Like, so, I don't know, it's not like a gas station. It's like, become a lawyer, please. It's like, when you make flowers bloom and control the weather, becoming a lawyer feels a bit of a downgrade.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Like, they part ways and they're like, I study my studying, and you study your studying, and we will both find fulfillment in our own ways of studying. So, his uncle, in the midst of doing his job as a government official, gets stuck in a snowstorm. And, like, he's gonna die in the snowstorm, and Xiang comes and visit him with his magical weather-controlling powers and takes him out of the snowstorm. And he's like, oh, I'm satisfied that my nephew isn't just some wastrel because he has magic powers.
He saved my life. Now I understand.
Oh, I get it.
I'm invested now.
He's a superhero. I guess that's good. And so, like, yay, he's on good terms with his family, and they've agreed to disagree, because I don't know if they ever actually go, like, the uncle actually ever says, oh yeah, Tao's the way to go. More that, like...
I could see it.
Like, I get it now. Kind of a situation.
It's not for me, but, yeah, I get it.
I think some of them... It was like, some versions that I read were the uncle is a bigger douche than others, and I guess it's just like, there's a lot of different novels about this guy. Like, this guy is like the Tao darling, it seems to be.
So there's tons of material about this guy.
There's more, like, novels and stuff. Like, oh, you could read a short story about the adorable musician Tao guy.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned the flute at the beginning, but I don't remember. It's just sort of a part of him.
Yeah, like, he plays a flute.
So when he's falling from heaven, he's just... He's just always with him. It's a part of his character.
Yeah, he's the flute guy.
Okay.
He's the pretty flute guy.
Aw. I want to read more about him and his love, star-crossed lover story.
Yeah, you do that. Learn Chinese and do that.
Oh, shoot.
I'm sure there's an English translation of the novel somewhere.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's the last one.
That's it?
Yep.
We're done with the Immortals.
Yeah.
It's been a good journey. Let's say we get loud. Maybe. I think it's fine.
I think you just need to control yourself.
I think I'll point this way when I laugh. Ha 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 ha! Complete 180. You get my reverb off the back wall.